Lost in space.
And that's how it is. You launch into something like erroneous, and then it just takes them down a pathway.
No, it's I have come to the conclusion that people who claim that they're good at multitasking are actually either A, just good at retaining their original thought, or B, good at tuning you out completely.
Yes.
To hold on to said thought. Because for me, I'm not good at multitasking, and part of that is like I'll go off onto one task that branches off into another one, and then 5 tasks down the road, I don't remember what I started doing.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone I'm not good at multitasking. I will not go back to what I was doing.
I don't even like the term, to be honest, because I feel like the term multitasking is a misnomer. You can't do 2 things at once, in my opinion. You do small bits of one thing at once.
Yes.
Interspersed with one another.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
yeah, are you doing 2 things? Yeah, absolutely. You might be getting 2 things accomplished, but I would argue that's not really multitasking. You're just doing a consecutive 2 things.
I feel like it's
an intermittent.
It's a bullshit answer in an interview to a manager that doesn't actually know how people work.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I like that.
You know, because you're sitting in an interview and be like, what are some of your strengths? I'm really good at multitasking.
Yeah.
And if I'm a manager, which, I mean, I'm in this position often, but like if I'm in that position and I'm hiring, I immediately call BS.
No.
I can't help myself.
I've never said that.
Really
or
good.
in an interview.
It happens all the time. I'm really good at multitasking. All right, let's talk about that because, and I'll flat out say, okay, from my experience, and not just for myself, but from evaluating others' performance, I don't think multitasking is actually something that I am interested in. Or I'll just say, statistically speaking, everything suffers at multitasking.
Right.
So can you give me an example of how you were able? And you know what? There's been
2 things.
There's been a couple of times where I've gotten a good enough answer that I haven't argued it because an interview is not the place. But they've been like, okay, I prioritized my time and was able to get 2 things done in the allotted time, which really just meant they were more efficient.
Right.
But again, it's a misnomer.
That's project management.
Yes. And so, so I won't in the interview later. I will go back and touch base. Like, let's talk about your version of multitasking.
Yeah.
But yes, it's 100% like, okay, so your strength really is you know how to prioritize.
Right.
That's a good strength.
Yes.
But it's not multi. But you get a newbie manager, a manager who doesn't care, a manager that buys into hype.
Yeah.
And you say you're good at multitasking, and you give them that same example. They're like, "All right, I got a multitasker here.
This is pretty good. We got 3 or 4 things done at once.
This is amazing."